I said go live.
So, the gallery.
I said like me. I said good day.
Hello. Cute, going on the train. Somebody wanted to see the space.
Hello, everybody.
Surprise, surprise. We're going live a little early.
Yeah, we originally weren't going to do till 6, but we got situated.
We got situated and sighted. And Facebook just told me we're live.
We figured we'll go live a couple minutes early, give people time to get notified. But we're going to go over some new books and some that maybe have been out for a little while but need some attention because they're good.
Yeah, they get some love. Everybody needs a little love.
And as you can see, depending on your camera angle, all of the posties on all the things.
Yeah, we have posties.
Yes, if there is a Post-it shortage, it is our fault. Sandy has used all the purple in the world, and I probably have used all the yellow in the world.
Right. Thanks for jumping on. We're going to give it just a few more minutes, but we're going a little early.
But if while we're waiting, if anybody sees one that you kind of want us to start with when we get going, put it in comments. Most of these are available on our website. The rest will be up by tomorrow afternoon. I had to quit checking to get ready for tonight. But it's going to be good. I know most of mine are up because mine are the newer, so I was putting them up as I was picking them. I think most of what Sandy has
most of what I have has also been put up, but I'm not sure. I honestly didn't double check myself. So,
hello everybody joining us. Hopefully everybody's book friends likes books because that's what we're talking about.
Books.
I miss being the Borders manager. That was a kick-ass job. This is too, but a different type of kick-ass job.
Oh, a different ass getting kicked. I mean, a different kick-ass job.
That's right. Well, I guess we'll go ahead and get started. I think everybody has been somewhat notified. Hello, all of our friends.
Hello.
For all the likes. Hello.
Welcome aboard.
Yeah. You want to start? Do you want me to start? Rock, paper, scissors it?
Go. On your marks, get set, go.
Okay. So, and I think nope, I was getting ready to lie to you. I was going to say they're all hardback. They're not.
No, not all of them. Most.
Yeah. So this is a new one that not even a week old. Cat Magic. And don't be fooled, just because it's a black cat doesn't mean it's all only about black kitty cats. But this is a hardback, Reika Moonsong. And this one's only $19.99. But what I like about this one, I think my favorite, the artwork in here, and you'll see some of the pictures. And some of them you may recognize because you've probably seen them in other postings across the interwebs. There is a really cool invocation to work with Bast. We have different forms of familiars, how to work with them, some myth and lore to go with it. And then, a lucky cat invocation because, they're pretty lucky. They get away with things.
I love that he has a mouse.
Yes, with his little
scepter.
Like they're going on a venture. They got their permission slip signed. Off they go.
Take me.
Let's see. Embrace your inner feline. And then there's a whole section on working with the big kitties, which are my favorite. But they go into different spells, different lore, different meanings of how to work with them.
There's my kitty friend.
Right? All of them. Here's another example of some of the artwork that's just really, really pretty throughout the book. And then the different colors. So if you have a cat or friends and family member have cats, you can use their fur in spell workings and the properties for the different color of fur, how and why you would want to use it. And then other different aspects, claws, teeth, whiskers, what to do with the different species. Here's another one that I love. The little black kitty cat going for a ride with his little bat friends.
I love it.
So there's a lot of really nice artwork in here.
There's a lot of artwork, but a lot of information. Huh?
There is. But this is a hardback, $19.99. If you are a feline fan, you'll probably really enjoy this one.
Hi, chair.
We have like a couple of those. I think we got 2 or 3 left because a few people, as we were unpacking it, they were like, "Ooh, mine!"
Gimme.
Right? And I'm like, y'all got to save me at least one.
I have to point out we have we can't read books without a reading lamp, so I brought out Anubis.
There we go. Hey, chair.
So Anubis is here, and we also have fun bookmarks. These are just a few, like coffee. I need coffee, and they're the nice little magnetic ones. So those are good. In the event you're interested. So for those of you guys who are new to Melissa, Sandy book reviews, you know, I always end up with these types of books. This one is Hearth and Home Witchcraft. It gives you some recipes, some rituals and things that at first I was like, this is awesome if you get to be a stay-at-home person.
Yeah.
And do not have
A regular 9-to-5 job or kids to look after.
exactly. Even if you do have kids to look after, this is a good book. But this has got a lot of great information on being a comfy, cozy witch. And of course, we can all make our houses comfy and cozy, but this one just kind of goes into detail with different deities for the hearth and the home. As far as how to choose one, she gives you instruction on that. And then one of my favorite places is the front porch, and how to make your front porch a very comfy, cozy spot as a witch. The meaning of the purple doors.
Nice.
What other good fun things? Oh, gardens, all different kinds of gardens. Again, if you guys know me, you know I'm into the herbs, you know I'm into gardens, you know I'm more of like the green witch if we had to give names out. But she also goes into detail about like lunar gardens and deity gardens. And you know, I never thought about a deity garden. I thought
Oh, me either. I thought about moon gardens and poison gardens. I mean,
right? And
Oops,
it's
did I
so
say that out
funny
loud?
because over the past however many years, my husband is finally embracing what I do, how I do. So now he's like tagging me in different garden ideas and different things. So it's really
I mean,
fun.
he's not afraid you're going to hex him anyway.
No, but I still don't know if we can get them in the store. And one of the things is also working with the Fae and how to recognize the Fae. So Melissa and I both are of the mindset that, yeah, they're out there and yeah, they're annoying. But one of the ways it says to recognize them when you're out and about is smelling something sweet when there isn't anything sweet around you. And I thought that was interesting because I never paid attention to looking for them out and about and being outside. So that's something interesting. And then creating like a morning ritual. I think that we all never take time to slow down and appreciate what's around us. And so I love it. My post-it note is my reminder to tell you about the sky. The one day as I was rushing out of the house to go get everything in the car, feeling like a bag lady between, you know, work bag, purses, lunch bags, all the stuff. And I realized how beautiful the sky was as it was turning pretty shades of pink and orange. So it's just little things. So that happened to be something I noticed. And it's something we could all do. Take a moment for ourselves. Make it a ritual. Look at the sky. Even if it's gray, there are different shades of that boring Northeast Ohio gunmetal gray sky that we tend to have this time of the year. For those of us in this area, you guys know we've been dealing with lots of fog, and it was really cool to notice that. almost horror movie fog like. And what I thought was interesting was she has a glossary in this book, but not a, and a table of contents, but no index. So if you're looking for something quickly, you're not necessarily going to find it. But this is a really cute book if you have the time or want to make the time to make your home cozy and comfy, and make your craft all about making your home as magical as possible. This one is $18.95, but it's a really nice thicker paperback. So there you go.
So this one here, Herbs for Stress and Anxiety. I felt it was pretty timely because everybody seems to be like, I am so stressed. Like, me too. Me too. Welcome to the club. Now, Rosemary Gladstar, we carry one of her other books, The Healing Herbs, and we sell that one a lot. So this is by her. If you're familiar with her, she is very knowledgeable. But she goes into pretty much treating the nervous system. So the herbs and how to work with them for treating that. One of the first things she addresses is panic attacks, tinctures, teas, all sorts of things to help calm the nervous system from going into that anxiety attack, and to keep it from causing fatigue and the failure and all that other
All the
stuff.
things that go into,
Mhm.
because it's so multi-layered.
And then, like, she goes into depression and grief, so nerve formulas for that. I thought it was pretty interesting, a hot foot bath for insomnia. And everything she's mentioning in here is herbal. So it's not like, go get this, Sudafed and then, drink this lavender tea. It is all herb based. And she goes into flower essences. So, I think they are becoming a little more popular based on people coming in and asking about them.
I giggle only because last time you and I traveled, I got a giant book on essence and how they're different, than a tincture, how they're different than an oil.
And so, like, tonics, antispasmodics, the sedatives. So she gives you a lot of information. She'll go over, and then all the different ones, how to use them, what part of the plants. And then in the back, it's how to make the dosage, so you're not going to accidentally hurt yourself. But there's a lot of information in this small book, but it is generally based for the nervous system. So this isn't going to be like tight, achy muscles, arthritis, joints, or bone. This is all nerve and mood, but it seems to be, and as the title says, stress and anxiety, that hyper overactive nervous system.
How many of us have caught ourselves, like, when we are feeling stressed out? For me, it's always in my shoulders. I realize my shoulders are up around my earlobes.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, relax. And your nervous system, your stress and anxiety does radiate and cause all of the other things, the muscle aches and pains. So it makes sense. Let's get to the root as opposed to just treating the sore muscle.
So this is a paperback. It is only $8.99. So priced really well for the amount of information. But Rosemary Gladstar, very well known. The Medicinal Herbs, a Beginner's Guide, that's the one that we sell a lot of, and a lot of our herbal classes are rooted from her because she is so knowledgeable. But $8.99, this one is available on our website. We're going to get more of these available on our TikTok shop soon. There was only so many hours in the day, and there's only one me. So keep an eye out for that. But this is available on GoddessElite.com in the books and the feature.
Whoop, whoop. Let's talk about dreams. I never remember mine, or it's very rare that I do. And Llewellyn has a complete dictionary of dreams. And I was kind of like, really? But really? And I kind of giggled to myself, only because they just pack so much information in here that the contents just has 3 things. gives you an introduction. It gives you the dream dictionary and then the index to all
Short
the
and
things.
sweet.
Yes. Which made me giggle.
You can't
So,
find what you need in the dream dictionary. Why
Yeah.
do you even have the book?
right. So one of the things is they actually talk about the example of how it works from an actual dream. So it gives you some detail, like not just looking up, oh, I had a dream about, a black tiger, or, oh, I had a dream about a butterfly. Kind of gives you how to apply it. And in this case, it was a woman who was dreaming about a professor. And this professor was like described as, demanding or nasty or harsh. And so, how did that tie into the dreamer's dream? And what were they really thinking of? But I like this. Like, there's things like hieroglyphics, a hidden figure. A hidden figure in a dream always relates to a quality, character, aspect, or skill set that has yet to be revealed. So, a lot of times people think, oh, it's a specter of fear. Who's hiding that scary person? And Llewellyn's like, no, it's not
Right.
scary. So, I kind of think this is cool. And it's all listed alphabetically. A mammogram, a manicure. I had a dream of a manicure.
Did you almost say mammogram?
I almost said mammogram because there is a mammogram listed
Oh,
in here,
okay.
aka the squishy. And if you know, you know. Things like, oh, I was dreaming of a restaurant, or maybe you were dreaming of a specific food, and maybe you don't find that food, but if you expand outward, sometimes everybody likes to get in too small when it comes to dream interpretation. Sometimes you got to step back and look at it as the bigger picture. Or a ribbon, what was the significance of that? Things that also surprised me to find in here was a tractor. Like, you're dreaming about a tractor, and what does that mean? The tractor is in here. So I found this to be actually pretty fun and interesting.
Nice.
And it's $25.99. It's a huge book, lots of information. And if you are just starting out, this is a great place to begin as far as wanting to interpret your dreams, family members, friends, loved ones. Do it. It's fun.
Nice.
I had a good time with it. Better than I thought I would. Especially since, like I said, I'm one of those people that rarely remember my dreams, or I incorporate the sound of my alarm into it. And then I
But
wake
not
up
realizing
late.
that you're like, oh.
Oh wait, that's not what that means. That means get up and do it now.
Right, the manicure. I remember thinking when I'm like, it can't be that bad, and then I had to get one done. I'm like, oh yeah, it's not the worst thing in the world, but it's not like, let me go do that and have fun. All right. So, for friends who maybe used to watch the years of Marianne and I doing the Wednesday morning ghost chats, you might enjoy this one. The How to Clear Your Home of Ghosts and Spirits. I'm going to preface this by saying everybody does it a little bit differently. I'm sure if Marianne read this, she might be like, But, so the author, Debbie Chestnut, she has been doing this, I think she says, in there like 20, 30 years. So she's not a newbie. And what she has put in here works for her. What I do appreciate is right in the very beginning, like page 6, she's like, let's make sure you even have a ghost in your house. Let's debunk some
Step
stuff.
one, right?
And, and I'm like, okay, props. I like that. And then she goes into the types. And maybe we're one of the things where I'm like, really though? She's like, benign, they're non-harmful. And I'm like, they're all somewhat harmful if they're earthbound because they're pulling your energy. But, tomato, maybe. Into the type that maybe other dimensions, the fae, the Bigfoot, the elementals. Sometimes the activity in your house isn't a ghost. You've got fairies running amok.
Amok,
in
amok,
your
amok.
house,
And
right?
they do that. Sorry.
And then she gets into the whole mirrors and portals. And I give her props again because she's like, not every mirror is a portal. It takes a very special instance. In all the years I've been doing this, I've seen it twice. I know there were some videos going around online, especially the clock app, where every mirror was a freaking portal. And I'm like, stop it.
It's absolutely not true.
Yeah. And then she goes into crystals. Now, I'm going to prep also, like, throw in here. In all the years of working with Marianne, I have never seen a crystal that makes a ghost go, nope, I'm out. So what this is more of is ghosts, earthbounds thrive on energy, especially negative energy, right there. They're going to cause you to fight. They're going to move your stuff, so you're stressed.
Or you're frustrated.
So these crystals are the kind that help keep you calm, that repel. So they're not actively making the ghost leave the room. It's more of keeping you in a calm state so they don't have anything to thrive off of. So I wanted that clarification because I'm like,
I mean, so I get it. That makes sense, right?
She does go over different types of cleansing, smudging, using a pendulum, things like that. So I do think if you are somebody just starting out and you want to get into the whole paranormal and looking for a little bit of everything to kind of test the waters, this is good. She does go into some automatic writing and how to do that. I know that might kind of creep some people out because depending on who you learn it from, some will consider that a low form of like possession because they're using, depending on how you do it, it's not just you writing down what you're perceiving, it's the actual spirits moving your hand. So also, keep that in the back of your mind. How comfortable are you with that thought? But, I do think if you're somebody brand new getting started, this would be a good one to kind of pick up, take some notes, try some things that may or may not work for you, and to keep an open mind. Because like I said, I do like in the very beginning where she's like, is your door hung properly?
We are just having all kinds of
Words
word
are
problems.
hard. There's not been enough coffee or caffeine today. Is your house level?
Mine is not. I definitely have the funhouse effect.
Do you have critters in your walls? Call the exterminator out first before you're like, oh my God, I have a ghost. So, I do give her props that within the first 10 pages, she's like, check
Step
yourself
one.
first. Yes.
Step
So how to cleanse your house or clear a house of ghosts and spirits. $15.99 Debbie Chestnut. This is available on our website.
Awesome.
I know Emily was probably eavesdropping because Emily is our paranormal friend for our Wednesday mornings.
And she's all about that.
Mm-hmm. She
So-
said, "Ghost? Did I hear ghost across the store?"
This book, Plants of Power, is written by these two women, Stacy DeMarco and Miranda Mueller, and they're both, I believe, in Australia.
Mueller,
not to be
oh, wait.
confused with Bueller.
Right.
And so they really talk about a lot of in-depth stuff based on their backgrounds and how they got into this. So if you are looking for just something light and informative, this is going to give you a lot more than that. This is not just for the beginner, or maybe it is. Then you don't have to unlearn some bad behavior when it comes to gardening or plants or taking care of or cultivating. But what they talk about, one of the things I really liked without even going to any of my bookmarks or sticky notes, was how soil to a plant is like a soul to a person.
Wow.
Our soul is what we nourish, and if we don't nourish the soil, then the plant can't get its nourishment. So I'm like, all right, I kind of like that idea. Anyway, that was the first thing, the soil and the soul.
Imagine that.
Go figure. Another one that I had never
Ghost.
thought about was journaling. And so when you're doing a garden or you're planting or you're preparing, also journal about it. Like, what day of the week did you plant? How and when you should harvest? Should you use the moon? Should you go by different seasons? getting the seeds themselves, which I thought was really interesting because so many books don't talk about it. And then they break down some of the most common plants by season, when to plant, what to harvest, what is growing, what is blooming. So, for example, the dandelion, I think we're all familiar with one of those, whether you're into plants or not. But then they also give you some good recipes like dandelion syrup. And dandelion syrup can be used, believe it or not, as like an ice cream topping or something that's sweeter. So I thought that was really interesting.
You said ice cream.
I did say ice cream.
Oh.
And then, of course, summer. One of the plants that I happened to grab was, oh, guess what? Mugwort. How to use it, what it's called, other names that it goes by, some superpowers that it has. So this book is very informative. Heal All. I love this. I love this one. This is also known as Woundwort. So it again tells you how to use it, and they call it the Purple People Keeper because it helps. It helps with people.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. Juniper, not just for gin, so that's a good winter. And then, of course, the glossary. There's no index in this book, but she does have a great glossary. They cite all their references on contradictions for surgery and medications and what it's about. All the things they talk about in here. So much detailed and chock full. This book is pretty chunky, pretty hefty, pretty substantial.
I mean,
a lot
could
of information.
Use it as a home defense weapon if somebody's
Absolutely. So
they shouldn't be.
this is a $30 book, but to be honest, it's worth it. It was, it's chock full of good information. So get it. It's on the website. We made sure.
I might need to finish that one. The website with so much stuff.
Too much.
Yeah.
All right. If it's not, just yell
it will
and
be.
we'll get you one.
It will be. The last one that I have, and there is more of this coming. So right now, this one is my last one. I have more coming, and as I was pulling it out and looking at it, and I think I mentioned this very briefly last week when we were going over New Tarot, which I'm gonna have to do again because we had like 6 more decks show up today. It's adorable, and people were liking it. So the Little Witch's Book of Spells, by Ariel Cusby, artwork by Olga. It's a hardback, $16.99. This is a really pretty book.
It is beautiful.
Meant for young people that are getting started. Now, what I will say too, what I loved about this one is it explains everything in a very clear, concise, easy to understand without talking down to you. So the young person isn't going to feel, inferior because, here's this big book talking about how to do something hard. I like how they call Witch 101, how to find your center, grow your roots, make your bubble. It's
And that's
meditation.
hard. That's hard for all of us.
So they reworded some things to make it more easy and less intimidating. A little person's probably going to love the whole make your bubble instead of sit down and meditate. An emoji spell.
Shield up, baby.
And quite honestly, there's some stuff in here we adults could be doing and probably learn from. Emoji spell, doing little spells over technology with your friends, because let's face it, young people operate on a completely different line than we do anymore.
True.
Here's an example of more of the artwork in here. Lots of fun art, a self-love spell. But I think the thing that was really winning over people for good luck, how to make a magic wand, butterfly power spell, but how to freeze a bully.
Perfect.
Opening up this page and showing people, which is why I was down to 1. And somebody came in looking for the last one we had. I'm like, it's at home. I need that for tomorrow. You can have this.
And it's funny because I just had a friend have to take, got a phone call from junior high where her son goes. to school that there was an incident with a bully, and he sustained a pretty good crack to the head.
Hmm.
So yeah,
Yeah, the blanket fortress spell
how
protection.
fun. Okay, I want to do it.
So this is really fun. And then there's some other, like, you know, how many of us adults kind of done that? But it's worded in a way that it's not overwhelming. And I'm like, oh, this was the way I was taught to do it, how to do sigil work. And how simple
I
it
have
is,
a puppy, right?
you know, able to do this to where it's not, you know, going to be overwhelming. Such fun things. Making
Karen's
fairy
like, that book's for me.
the full moon fairy spell.
I think we could all learn from that one, to be honest.
But it's a really nice how to form or perform bibliomancy. You know,
That's cool.
Really
Gives
cool
you some
stuff.
pendulum work I saw there.
Dictionary of symbols. There was a brief little thing in here on reading tea leaves and the symbols and all sorts of fun stuff. So, $16.99 hardback. I really like it.
That's going to be one that I think
And that
gonna
one
be
is on the
popular.
website.
That one is going to be popular. So that's a great segue. So we go from somebody who's young, just starting out, to this one, The Old Girl's Book of Spells.
So when you go from the nice, pretty floral, like little kids book, and you're old and better in life.
Mm-hmm. So it says the real meaning of menopause, sex, car keys, and other important stuff. Yeah. So being a witch of a certain age, this called out to me for sure.
We're over 25. That's all we're saying.
Yeah, and or multiples of 25. Either way. her contents, I love the title of some of the chapters. Old Girls at Work, spells for creating and keeping the perfect job, court spells, traffic, divorce, annoying litigations, and then important stuff to know. They go and they talk about runic symbols and their meanings, some planetary symbols, important stuff to know. And her chapters are
Sylvie.
fun, the real meaning of menopause and other important stuff about magic. She goes through and gives you like the days of the week and what some of your spells would be good for on those days. So Saturday is limiting, binding, banishing, using Saturdays to release unwanted people, problems, and to make things away and go away. Talking about purification, how to do that, and some of the spells. Thanks for the memories. So this is how to get somebody out of your life. And so
why would you want to do
they
that?
and she tells you what you need. So you need a black votive candle, a white taper candle, sage, incense, lavender oil, ashes, 3 tablespoons of dried dill, a photograph of the two of you together, some scissors, a wide mouth jar with a lid, a metal bowl, or a fireproof trivet, some matches, a nail, and tissues, parchment paper, or a piece of a brown paper bag, and a pen.
Your petition paper.
Yep. And it's funny because I have a specific notebook I always use.
Mhm.
I don't know why.
Mhm.
That's my paper. Or if you need somebody else who just won't go away, it's like, don't go away mad. Just go away. And
This is
again,
where we cue the Motley Crue song.
yes. So I really found I was giggling and laughing, and there's some good light stuff too, right? May the light shine brightly within you. So this is more about healing, whether it's for yourself or for somebody else.
Oh, he said Setsuko.
And so I liked that because, well, I like it. That's
I
all.
was just looking at your cardigan today, and I'm like, I need to send Setsuko something.
Well, hi, Sasuke. Spell to dissipate the force of someone else's envy or get off my case.
Go find something else to do.
Go away. A spell to keep the job that appears to be slipping away.
Karen's like, is that all it takes?
Exactly. spells that help you find your glasses, car keys, wallet, anything else that's missing. So
Have you
she
checked
calls
one?
it the come out wherever you are spell.
Have you looked on top of your head? I have already started doing that. when
Wait, it's not that. We found remote controls in my freezer before. So there's that. From everybody's favorite, especially Melissa, the magical Mercurial mystery tour to deal with Mercury retrograde.
Shit goes wrong all year.
And then, of course, her important stuff to know. And so I love how she's just got the names of different things. It makes it fun and easy to me. And at my age, I need simple, fun, easy to remember. So, how to do a grandma's love surrounds you charm? How to make one of those for your grandkids? What's mine is mine. Let's be decent about this, and it's only fair.
I like that. What is mine is mine.
This one, rise to the occasion. It's herbal Viagra, just in case somebody needs that. A seaweed cocktail charm. Thanks for the memories. Get the hell out. No. All right, I added that last part.
Is
But-
there one called Why Are You Still Here?
I think so.
Oh, okay.
Are you trying to get me out? No.
No. Just that's what I would call it. Like, why are you here?
Why are you still here? So this is a fun book for those of us crones. And one of the things that she does talk about in the beginning is how a lot of people end up on their spiritual path when they're around this age. And she kind of goes into the why. How when kids are young, we're wide open to it. But as our body starts to change, hormones start to change, our priorities change. Talks about some of the physical part of it. So I thought that was really interesting. And this
Karen.
book's $17.
There's a lot of fun stuff in there for $17.
There really is, and I enjoyed it. Just the title caught my eye. The Old Girls Book of Spells. So it's a fun one. And some of these, I mean, they all seem practical. They don't seem ridiculous or, things that are going to be impossible to get.
Karen's like, don't let the door hit you in the ass spell.
Exactly. See, we can rewrite them. We can make them our own.
Mhm.
Do it. We're going to get together and do it. Hey, Chris.
Yeah, if anybody wants to see any of them again, maybe you came in a little late, we can definitely go over. And I know some of them are maybe out of camera shot. So we have the How to Clear Your Home of Ghosts and Spirits. And the Herbs for Stress and Anxiety. This one's only $9, and it's actually really good info for $9.
And I'm sure she tells you where you want to make sure you're getting herbs because.
There is a whole list in the back of like trusted.
Well, and you have to take into consideration that, just because you can find herbs in a store doesn't mean they're food grade or really meant for consumption. So pay close attention to that.
And then the Cat Magic hardback, how to work with house kitties, big kitties, all different color kitties, how to use their fur, any shed whiskers, their claws, or anything.
It's not how to be mean to the kitties.
No.
None of that crap.
How to call forth your own inner cats and all sorts of fun things. Invoke fast, invoke all the things. So, $19.99 hardback book. The artwork in here is just really pretty too. Sandy went over the Plants of Power. We also said this is a really great buy because it also can second as like
a weapon.
Yes, just beat them over the head with it if they're coming in too late at night. They were not invited and they did not call ahead.
No, that book is really informational. It really is.
And then Sandy did the Complete Dictionary of Dreams from Llewellyn, and $25.99, pretty thick. So just about anything you can think of or that you've ever dreamt of is probably listed in here. So $25.99 by Dr. Michael Lennox. Do you happen to remember, like, is he a psych doc? Like, what kind of doc?
I don't remember off the top of my head.
I
I was having more fun going through finding
all the weird stuff you've ever dreamt about. I'm like, what did that mean? So, yeah. Complete Dictionary Dreams, $25.99. That one is paperback. But yeah, if anybody wants to see anything again or want us to go over it, or if you like, hey, do you have a book about? I can run and go grab it because I have a pretty big aisle over there. Poor Emily's been trying to. Yeah, I'm like, oh, here's going to be another round of more book reviews because, and lots of new decks. So that'll probably be coming up here soon. Is another deck showing. I'm looking at you, Chris.
Uh-oh.
Right. Like I was trying to figure out how to put another 3-tier table in here. Like our tarot and oracle is just it's kind
It's
of
getting bigger and bigger.
ridiculous. But there's a lot of cool stuff that came in today. And Emily was trying to figure out how to make all the books fit and how to make all the decks fit. And so, hey, but yeah, those were the books that we had ready for tonight that we went over. If you do watch this on a replay, it will be available on Twitch for 2 weeks before Twitch takes it down, but it will live forever on YouTube, Goddess Elite YouTube. So you can go back and watch. Feel free to send us a message, an email, a whisper, a whatever you're on, and you can
All
inquire.
the things.
We've got 3 cameras going, and one of those cameras is streaming to like 5 different places. So
All of the things. All of the places. All of the time.
we will definitely get a copy to you if there's something that you are interested in.
Well, thanks for hanging out with us and hanging in there with us.
Yeah, and for our friends on Twitch, we're gonna go raid Firestone Rock Drums, a teacher who plays drums. His favorite band is Rush. We will forgive him on that. I'm not a Rush fan, but he's a really cool guy. He joins and chats with us on Wednesday morning paranormal discussion. So he and his wife, they're teachers, they're saints, because there's no way in heck I would be in a room with small children. So let's go, Twitch friends, go give him some hellos and loves, and we'll see you guys next time.
Thanks, everybody. Bye.
Wait, did we raid? I don't know. There we are, finally.